Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're here to tell you that the kids, the youths these days, are not watching television or movies. They're watching YouTube and TikTok and other streaming.
Like we've been telling you.
Right. Now we have the data. So this is why I think, in part, why Hollywood is freaking out so much when you've got YouTubers talking smack about movies and TV shows, because they know the kids are actually watching. And in some cases, the videos talking smack about like The Acolyte or something like that, they actually get more views than the show itself gets.
And then on top of that, live streamers are seeing viewership climb 10% from this time last year.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because I thought they're mentioning Kick, but they're also talking about Twitch, but I thought Twitch was actually down. That's what I heard.
Well, no, it's apparently up. It's all up across the board. So
I don't know. Let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so this is coming from Variety. They said YouTube, TikTok are eroding viewership time with TVs and movies, and this is kind of what we talked about with linear TV with like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon, that they're losing kids basically to social media, and this is why they're trying so hard to control social media. And if they can't control it, then I think there are people at these studios that are trying to destroy social media.
Interesting to me is they're talking about video engagement on social media platforms, and they say YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay, well, here's a couple things. One, Facebook is usually older people. The kids aren't on there too much. I know that much. But Instagram and Facebook are owned by Meta, and you just did a video talking about how they're facing lawsuits because they might not have the numbers they claim to have.
Yeah, so I did another video. I'm not sure which order these are going to run in. I think that video is actually going to run before this one. But yeah, Facebook is being sued by advertisers because they're claiming that they're advertising to no one.
Right,
and that they're inflating their numbers.
So right away, if that's true, you can probably pretty much knock these two out. Because, people are going to go to TikTok and YouTube before they go. And I mean, honestly, people mostly go to TikTok and YouTube before they go to Facebook and Instagram for videos.
Yeah, that's weird.
Facebook.
I don't believe that. Remember Snapchat? At one point, Snapchat was bigger than TikTok. It was like the biggest thing out there. And it's like way down there.
Yeah, there's Discord, Tumblr, Snapchat, Twitch, Patreon, X, etc., etc.
Right.
So, but yeah, TikTok, I do not doubt it is the top one. I know everybody watches it. Unfortunately, monetization is not really done well over there.
It's done well. It's just not done well for creators. Monetization.
That's what I'm saying. Not for the creators. Yes.
Oh, TikTok is making record profits, but you're not seeing it. The only way the creators are seeing any money from TikTok is if they have brand deals outside of the advertising.
But they're so worried about being like famous that they don't really,
Right.
I mean, you have to make money too. But anyway, I would honestly, given the situation and there are some other places about the way that Meta has been using their data, I would just not count Instagram and Facebook right off the bat until we know for sure what's up with that.
Yeah, there are multiple lawsuits. They just had to fork over like $1.5 billion to the state of Texas, and they're getting sued on several sides right now. They had another lawsuit that they were apparently getting user data for like Hulu and some other services, Disney Plus, and that they were using that to market to people, and they weren't supposed to do that. So like Facebook, I don't trust. I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust anything when it comes to Facebook. And we actually have some personal experience with that. We used to advertise heavily, and we had other websites. And I'm telling you, you're advertising to ghosts.
Yeah, it just seemed like that. You didn't get much. You didn't get a good return on investment.
Not like you did 10 years ago.
However, I am a sucker for the Facebook videos. They pop up and I find myself watching them, and I'm just like, and I have to stop myself from watching them.
What? Yeah, but they also autoplay. So I'm like, how many people like start watching a video or something, and then they just walk away from the computer, and it's just like running videos, and nobody's actually.
You could argue that for YouTube and else too. So now they're saying that TikTok outstrips other social platforms in watch time, and users spending an average of 2.48 hours per day on the app as of March 2024. I do believe TikTok probably has the majority. It's either them or YouTube, but I wouldn't surprise me as TikTok because I know a lot of people are on TikTok.
I would say TikTok because at least with our kids, like they won't watch a full movie, but they will be familiar with certain clips or certain parts of movies or TV shows based on what's trending on TikTok. So like if all of a sudden they'll be in like some band or some show or movie or something, I'm like, why are you thinking about that? Why are you talking about that? How do you even know what that is? It's like, oh yeah, it's trending on TikTok now. Everybody knows who Shelley Duvall is. God rest her soul. Everybody knows who she is now because, hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. That was
actually the most for me, you know, I remembered Fairy Tale Theater, but our daughter was like, what did she say she remembered her from? Oh, Popeye.
Popeye.
And our son was like, you know, The Shining, obviously, but you know. But I was like Fairy Tale Theater.
But that was trending, I guess, the hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. So then that actually led to, I think a TikToker went and tracked her down and she was living in Texas. And he found her and she was like really surprised and she didn't look anything like herself. Then she passed away, unfortunately. But yeah, so that was like
happy
a
to see her when he found her. I was like, oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Younger audiences' video preferences are shifting away from TV and movies. Shocker. This is why we keep talking about how they're after the Gen Zs and they're after this target demographic. I think it usually goes like 13 to 30 or something like that. But 13 to 24 is what they're counting. And they're saying that they're really going after them because they're not wanting to watch the TV and movies like everybody else.
Yeah. So
they said they're spending less time watching TV and movies compared with older viewers. And it just counted for 32% of media time among 13 to 24-year-olds. The 59% of consumers over 35 spent watching TV and movies.
Yeah, well, I think over 35, you're going to sit down and watch, you know, Netflix or something. I think that's the majority of like the Netflix audience is probably the adults, young adults, you know, families, older people that have, you know, more free time. But yeah, like kids, they're just like constantly on their phone watching.
Well, that's it. They said Gen Z millennials are more likely to stay on their preferred videos, social videos, and live streams rather than older new TV shows or movies.
Well, so yes and no, because I'm hearing, I mean, it depends on who you ask, but apparently they are watching old TV shows too.
I know they do. I know for a fact they watch older TV shows.
And they're watching old movies. And our daughter, she's actually going through and watching all these like 80s slasher movies right now. But what they're not watching is the new stuff coming out of Hollywood that's supposed to be targeted toward them.
Yeah, they don't care.
It's like, hey, they're fellow kids. They don't care. They don't care.
Which we've been telling you. I mean, I don't know. I mean, apparently there's more data to prove that what we were saying is what we were saying. So they're just talking about different impacts of online video time by age. And they're saying that I don't know, this is about how much TV they watch and things. It goes on and on. But it's basically saying that we're watching more and more things like YouTube and TikTok over other socials. And even then, depending on the age range, the younger people are watching more of the social videos than they are television and films.
Yeah.
So then we're going to go over to this other thing we want to talk about. And now we see live streamers in relation to this. These are two different articles, but we happen to see them, you know, today. I saw the ones from today and ones from a couple weeks ago. Live streamers see a viewership climb of 10% from last year, 8.5 billion. And we're talking like not for the whole year. We're talking from April 1st to June 30th. Yeah,
so that's kind of crazy because I actually thought live streaming was kind of on the downward spiral.
Nope.
Well, what's going on though is a lot of streamers are on the downward spiral.
Oh yeah, they're imploding.
Every other week there's some big Twitch streamer or YouTuber getting into a drama. That's why we don't live stream. But it's almost always like a Actually, streamer.
The reason we don't live stream much is because one, it takes up a lot of time, and two, it's really, really hard to keep up.
Yeah, it is.
We spend all the time reading comments, and we can never talk about anything, and it's really hard.
We might have like 15 minutes of actual content versus like an hour of, you know, interacting with people.
Yeah.
And it's
Which
just
I don't mind interacting
with
people.
I don't mind, but
I know
it's
some
like
people get annoyed, and they're like, read the comments later, and I'm like, I'm sorry, so I don't.
But then people are like, you didn't read my comment.
I'm like, I'm sorry.
Like,
this is why we don't do it very much.
No.
We're like the unicorn at this point. We very rarely appear.
Plus, I'm going to be honest, it kind of feels like when I was streaming the gaming news, and then I just do pre-recorded bits now, but like I'd put on the gaming channel, and I'd go to the gaming channel because I knew I could at least manage it because I'd usually only have like 100 people on at the most. But yeah, we'd get like thousands on, you know, people are like, oh, you humble brag. I'm like, no, it's actually, it's kind of hard to keep up. And
it's hard to keep up. That's why we don't do it very often. And it's for us, we have to arrange it to do so. But maybe I want to, because apparently live streaming is where it's at.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's weird because YouTube, I think in some ways, like they don't really promote the live streaming that much. Like you can do it, but they don't really promote. Like Twitch is basically live streaming only.
Time, yeah.
Kick is live streaming only all the time. What they're not mentioning though, they're talking video games. I'm like, no, we all know what the biggest market is for streamers, and it's not video games. I mean, video games are big, but the biggest demographic, the largest chunk of the pie, in my opinion, are the women, the ladies of Twitch. Mm-hmm. And that's where most of the money, I think personally, is coming from.
You got it, flaunt it. Anyway, Twitch's dominance is declining. Yep. In Q2 2023, it held 70% of the market share of hours watched. In Q2 2024, that has dropped to 60%. So while things are up overall, you are correct. Twitch is on the decline. Top creators are losing their stranglehold in the market, with the top 5% of streamers by hours watched drop from 98% of the total total market Q2 2019 to just 86%. So indicating a more diverse market for smaller streamers, which is good. That a lot more people getting a chance. I think people are finding more people that they connect with.
Oh my God, they actually dared mention Rumble in this art because you're not allowed to talk about that one.
Go ahead, read.
No, they said live streaming's resurgence has been fueled over the past 6 months by a wider variety of platforms, including Kick for non-gaming content, Rumble for political and news streams, and Chiswick for South Korean channel. I have no idea.
South Korean.
Yeah, and they're talking about basically the top games. The top games that are being streamed are the same games that have been popular for like 10 years.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the new ones aren't doing that hot, and they haven't been that great, have they?
I can't imagine why more people aren't streaming Suicide Squad.
I don't know. I just can't understand it. So yeah, it's interesting. So streaming is on the rise, but some of the things that have been popular in the past are not rising with it.
No.
So, but we also. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sure some viewers are rising, watching Twitch.
Or OnlyFans. No, yeah. But I'm just saying, overall in general, kids, younger people are not watching what these streamers want them to watch. They are out there watching TikTok and YouTube and places like that, and Twitch and these other places. And that's where they're going. And they can't compete with that.
No.
They just can't. And that's why they're getting so ticked. That's why that market, we're trying to corner the under 35 market. There's a reason that they're trying to corner that market so hard. Well,
there's a reason that Disney was talking about doing the Hercules live action remake, and they were like, it's for the TikTok generation.
I'm terrified of what they're going to do.
Oh God,
my daughter loves Hercules, and when I told her that, she was like, oh, no. What's that mean? And I'm like, they're not saying. No.
I'm sure TikTok they'll have a field day with it, but not in the way that you're hoping for.
But interestingly enough, our daughter, we back to the whole watching streaming and stuff. She will watch, like when she gets on a kick about something like Halloween decor or costume making or something, she'll watch video after video after video from different people on making wigs or whatever. But when it comes to like a movie or something, she'll only watch part of it at a time, and then she's like, I got bored, and then turn it off. I mean, there definitely is a
attention span.
Yeah, you have limited amount of time to keep attention, especially when it comes to younger people, because they want things. They can sometimes sit through movies and shows if you go to the movie theater and things like that. But if they have the option to stop it and then come back later and go watch other things that keep moving, they'll take it. Yeah, and that's just it is what it is. So. Are we going to be finishing this up?
I think we're going to be finishing this up. Let's finish this up. So there it is, guys. Hollywood trying real hard to reach people that don't even want to have anything to do with their movies or TV shows.
But streaming's up.
Streaming is up. There you go, guys. All right, we're going to wrap it up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.